Hey, this is Matt with Let's Talk Music at rockmusicandmore.com. I'm here with Kenny Dubman and just want to say welcome.
Hey, how are you, Matt?
Doing well. Yourself?
I'm good, man. Good. I'm
So
here.
we'll touch on the new single here shortly. Just wanted to get a little background on you. So in the 80s, you was in a band called Prophet.
Yeah, I was in a band called Prophet. Actually started out as a cover band. I joined right out of high school, and we did our first record in 1985. Then another one in '88. Then another one in '91, and that was kind of the life of the band. But it was a good run. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I read that you left to find a new sense of purpose as a solo artist. So was you able to find that?
Actually, I have, but the story isn't quite that simple. After Prophet, I excuse me, I continue to write and record, doing my own stuff, singing it. And I don't know, I guess around like the early 90s, I really got tired of, pursuing music as a thing, like trying to make it quote unquote. And yeah, I went on to do other things actually. In '97, I got my Coast Guard captain's license and started a charter fishing business. And
Oh,
that became
nice.
like, yeah, that became like the thing, man. And we did real well in this area in New Jersey for quite some time. And got married, adopted a daughter. Life takes its twists and turns. And lo and behold, in like 2014, I started getting the itch to write songs again, which started this current phase, I guess, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I put out my first true solo record, Reckless Abandon, in 2016, and
Mm-hmm.
here we are about to release number three.
Yes. What part of Jersey are you from?
I live in Monmouth County. I'm near Asbury Park.
Okay. I had some family out in Brunswick, New
Oh yeah,
Brunswick. So yeah.
yep. No, well, it's only about 20 minutes from me.
So yeah, Bon Jovi fan?
Not really.
No. I know a lot
Got
of
to be
people from
honest.
Jersey,
No, no.
but
I'm like I am into a lot of different stuff, heavier stuff, southern stuff, Americana stuff. But
right.
I'm a
Right.
fan of Richie Sambora, his former guitar player. I think Richie put some great records out.
Right.
Stranger in This Town, when that was out, just blew me away. That didn't come out of my CD player for quite some time.
So what got you into music?
Oh geez, I was a little kid and my mom was into some really good, late '60s psychedelic rock, like Santana, Hendrix, like that stuff would crank around my house all the time. And just the sound of a wailing electric guitar, man, was really something special. And after a while, I said I want to do that, and I started lessons when I was 9.
Oh, okay.
So it can be directly traced to my mom's musical tastes.
Nice.
Yeah, yep.
And I
She's
know
cool. She still is.
you're I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said my mom is was super cool, and she still is. She's still a rock and roller
Nice.
at 85 years young. Yep.
Yeah, my I grew up into more contemporary. I think I was maybe 6 when I was at a babysitter's house and heard Boston for the first time.
Oh
And
yeah,
that's when I
that'll
was
do it.
like, I liked rock, because before that it was like Duran Duran, Michael Jackson, all them bands back then that were, popular. And I really hadn't been exposed to rock. And my brother says that, he had a 70 Chevelle that he took me around in listening to Molly Hatchet, but I was too young to remember that. So he said you just kind of bobbing your head going with it though. So
Yeah.
Old Dog. So that featured Charlie Starr on guitar, Blackberry Smoke.
Yeah, it does. It does. Um,
Now, does he do the leads in it or just
we trade off on leads. He does in the middle section, he does lead number 1 and number 3, and I do 2 and 4.
oh, okay. And of course the new single, Modern Day Jesus.
Yes.
Uh listen to that. Definitely got some depth to it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, tell me tell me the story behind that one.
Modern Day Jesus. I was driving home. I think I was pulling out of a quick check, around my house, and I saw this dude about to step off the curb. He was just like long, lanky. He had like work coveralls on, gray ponytail and beard, and he just like, I looked him right in the eye, and he looked at me, and he just looked like world weary. That's the only way I can really describe it. And I was like, wow. I thought to myself that it's kind of like a Jesus like figure, this guy, you know.
Hmm.
And I went home, and I was thinking about this dude, and then I got to thinking, like, what if Jesus was actually a live human that was walking the earth right now? You
Right.
know, that could be him. It could really be anybody.
Right.
And what if they're what would they be doing here? And then I started thinking, like, maybe he's here to try and balance out all the evils of mankind, try to like absorb it like a sponge to keep us from tipping over as a species,
Hmm.
because we just get overloaded with so much negative bullshit going on all the time. And maybe that's what he's here. And maybe there's so much of it that even he's getting overloaded. And that's kind of where the lyrical direction went once I started writing them, it's actually my favorite tune on the record.
That that was a very good explanation. I mean, that's I find that very impressive and artistic that you came up with that song just from a man stepping off of a curb that, you thought,
So,
hey, it could be Jesus.
well, first of all, thank you very much for the compliment. That sometimes that's all it takes is just seeing or hearing one little thing, that sticks in your. I guess that's what I get something that strikes me kind of odd or interesting, and my brain gets a hold of it and just rolls it over and rolls it over, and that's how a lot of songs get started.
Right.
So I guess I'm blessed to have that odd little treat.
Ability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so my wife and I were both big dog people. So the old dog video was it kind of hit home for us, I mean, is that more of the abuse of dogs, or how did that, what's the meaning behind
That's
that one?
actually not about dogs at all.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, it's just the old dog, the name and the chorus that came from, you can an old dog can learn a new trick. And what the song is really about is, if you mistreat or abuse or beat on or whatever, do that to a person, no matter how meek, and no matter how meek they are, or a non-confrontational, eventually they're going to snap.
Right.
Okay, and they're going to come back and bite you. And that's the new trick. Like the old dog learned a new trick, he learned how to fight back. So
Okay.
the dogs were just like a symbolism for people.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. I like that video though. I mean, like I said, we're both into, we got a couple of dogs that she treats like babies. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I know what it's like, but mine are cats. I got two cats that act like dogs.
I see your one back there, your black cat.
Yeah, yeah, there he is. He's
So
a freak. He's a good man. That's Squid.
Squid,
Yeah.
nice. So any plans to tour for the new album, or?
Actually, excuse me. Working on that right now. I have a conference call with a company tomorrow night. That's booking a lot of stuff like in the South
Mm-hmm.
right now, which is really, I really need to get west and I need to get south. I need to get out of this area with this music, because this tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, is not real friendly to my type of rock.
Right.
Bluesy, hard driving rock, like, kind of really doesn't exist around here, and it's kind of a drag. So I'm just gonna go where they want to hear it. I
Right.
made a decision recently. So yeah, I mean, we're doing an album release show here in June. And after that, I'd like to start getting on the road for, even if it's just a few days at a time, just to get my feet wet.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that Columbus is a big music town. Big. It's kind of diverse, but I think the rock is more prominent here than any other genre.
Yeah,
Um,
that's great.
so like, you get a chance, stop in. I mean, we'd
I
love
would
to.
love to get there. I would love to get everywhere at this point. I'm itching, man. Because, like, I'm really like, this whole jumping back into
Hmm.
music for me, like I said, it started with writing for my first solo record in 2014. Meanwhile, I'm single-handedly raising a teenage daughter myself. I got a day gig. There's a lot of shit going on. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I'm not just a rock and roller out there, you know, running around with a guitar. I
Right,
got like
right. Well, I mean,
I got big boy responsibilities too.
yeah,
So,
me too. I mean,
but yeah, we all do.
I
And
drive a
but
truck. That's why, I set my, interviews for around 8 because I figure I can be home by then.
yeah, I kind of figured, that's anyone that's doing these things at night is definitely a day gig guy. And hey, I work my ass off all day today too. But there's no question that I'm going to make this. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it work one way or the other. My daughter will be in college in a few years, so you know, just I'm holding on tight to the dream, man.
Well, I love the enthusiasm. I mean, that's a big part of it. You're
Well, yeah, if you will it to be and you give everything you got, I mean, it's going to happen sooner or later. Well, like,
yeah,
yeah, I took a 20-something year hiatus away from this shit that wanted nothing to do with it.
wow. And
Yeah.
now you're like jumping back in with both feet, huh?
Yeah, well, it struck me. Music struck me differently this time around. Once I started writing completely on my own, and writing songs in a different way than we guitar players, tend to come up with a cool sounding guitar riff, and then we go, "Wow, I got a new song." It's not really a song until you have lyrics and a chorus and all that other stuff. We go
Right.
in backwards, but this time around, I started writing the right way, like with an acoustic vocal melody, a chorus, the real meat of the song came first. And then you add all the other shit onto it. You know what I mean? So this time through is completely different. It's almost like it's brand new.
So what is your guitar of preference?
If I had to take one out, it would be a Les Paul, Gibson
Les
Les
Paul?
Paul. Yeah. But
Yeah,
I love Telecasters, I love Strats, I love SG, I love them all. Anything that says Gibson or Fender on the headstock, I'm down.
I actually had an Epiphone when I was in high school, but just I don't know. I don't think I really had the patience for it. It was I had a friend that was teaching me the chords and whatever, and I would get frustrated, and it was not more. It was I don't know. I guess I didn't, like I said, have the patience. I've always been more of a guy that retains information about music bands. Like I got friends that have called me up and say, "Hey man, this one song and blah blah blah." I'm like, "Oh, this is who it's by and whatever." It's just that's been my kind of odd gift, and that's why I got
I have a brother that's exactly like that,
right.
who is the one of the three of us who doesn't play guitar.
Oh wow.
He's the musical historian. Yeah.
And
Uh,
that's why that's why I got into this because I thought, all right, if I can't play drums, can't, sing, I can't play guitar, why not talk to the people that, I I wouldn't I guess I could say idolize, and see, you know, talk to them about it. So that's why I call it Let's Talk Music, because it's not always just about, singles and albums and stuff like that. Sometimes I just like to get into, what the person's about.
yeah, the heart and soul of it.
Yes.
What drives everyone. There's so much love for rock music out there, man. There really is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's been like I said, ever since I heard Boston, and then I mean Kiss and whatnot, it got me. It took me away, and I'm just like, yeah.
It's funny that you bring up Kiss because I loved Kiss Alive so much. The first one when it came out in 1975. When I
Hmm.
heard that, it was, I had just started kind of figuring out really how to get around on the neck at that point. And once I heard Ace Frehley playing leads, it was so good and so tasty, and it just hit me so hard that album became everything. I was in a band and we did like 8 Kiss songs at a battle of the bands when we were in junior high. That album had a lot of impact.
Have you ever got to see him in concert?
I saw him back in the day, like in the heyday in the 70s,
Nice.
77, 78.
Ever get to meet any of them?
I met Ace a couple times. Ace is good buddies with my friend Eddie Trunk.
Oh, you're friends with
Um,
Eddie Trunk?
yeah, I mean, we long before he was the Eddie Trunk that people know now, he was working in a record store up in Cedar Knolls, New Jersey, and like there was a little group of friends of I would go up there and hang out with him and a couple other guys, and they'd close the store, and then we'd go, crank tunes, and have some beers and make nachos and pizza to up till 5 o'clock in the morning, just like blasting music. So Ed's a great guy.
Yeah, I love Eddie Trunk, man. He's I've never actually met him. Would love to somehow. I've tried to contact him a couple times and I haven't been successful, but just kind of pick his brain because he does. I mean, he does exactly what I want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ed is very a hard worked guy. I mean, he just runs from one thing to the next, to the next, and the next, and the next. And it's coming back together for him now, like very well after that metal show was canceled.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't renew that, and I think he was kind of just drifted a little lost for a while after that. But he certainly came screaming back into the fold. Now
So
that,
I mean, where he's on XM, Sirius XM. Well, I mean, can you get any, like, I guess, like mention or publicity through him or?
Yeah, like if I sent him, like when I released the first single, I sent it to him and he really digs the record. And he gave it a good push when Old Dog came out. And once we release the full album in May, I'm going to call in another favor of him and he'll do it.
Yeah, so you're going to be releasing Conflicted, right? May 17th.
Yeah, May 17th is the full release date. Yep. We got one more single coming out next week. If they get the lyric video done in time, I think it will be. We're going to release a song called "Robbing You Blind."
Okay.
And, you're going to dig that one too. It's all about shit, corrupt politicians, both Democrat and Republican. I hate them all, and it's just a scathing indictment of politicians.
Right.
And the video's pretty cool. There's some really good stuff in it.
Well, I look forward to it.
Yeah, you'll dig it. It's a hard rocker. It's a rocking tune.
Good deal. All right. Well, Kenny, I appreciate you visiting with me, and I'll get you up on YouTube, and I'll send Tom a link that he can send to you. Was that actually you that sent me the email earlier?
Yeah, that was me. Okay,
cool. Well, I'll just send it to your email then, and send me the new song if you get a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. When we hang up this call, I'll send you an MP3 of it.
Okay, cool.
The video's not done yet, but you get to hear it.
Well, if you do make it through Columbus, Ohio, would love to do a live interview.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, we got
all about it.
Got all kinds of cool little venues around here that I mean, the Newport King of Clubs is a new one. I mean, I like the ones that you can fit 150, 200 people in, and it's just a great show. I mean, so I don't like the huge crowds. I mean, I went to Rock on the Range a few times, man, and you're constantly looking like this to make sure you're not going to get kicked in the head from somebody crowd surfing. And
oh, that's awful.
Yeah, so I really, I like to sit there and enjoy the concert. So yeah, man, I'll keep in touch with you, and if you like I said, if you make it into town, let me know, and I'll set something up.
I definitely will. But I just don't know how long it's going to take. But like I said, we're working on that.
Hey, the best of luck to you, man.
Hey, man, my pleasure. And thanks for having me, Matt.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right, buddy. Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.